from Racers, Marshall Pruett. We're going to keep going here with some of our fun little looks at a variety of things on pit lane, at least here, that amuse me. So, as someone who spent a lot of my life in auto parts stores, buying all the different things you need to work on whatever cars, there's also the aftermarket section of things. And one of the things you'll always find are mirrors. Your mirror fell off, whatever. These days, most mirrors are electric and do all kinds of crazy stuff, but you'll always find some old school mirrors you could just bolt onto whatever to use if you need to. Well, those things get bought by IndyCar teams and used on pit lane and used with Indy cars. Here we have our friend Ricky Davis from the Chip Ganassi Racing team, who has a delightful carbon fiber pole stick, I don't know, whatever we want to call it, and attached at the end is one of those aftermarket, went to Napa, went to wherever to get your mirror. Why do you do that? What is it for? Well, these cars are always running within about nothing of the ground. They intentionally are super low. That's where you get the most efficient downforce possible. Cars also have sensors on them, ride height sensors. Could be laser, could be a potentiometer, telling the teams through the telemetry how low the car is front and rear. They know if the car is touching the ground, right, bottoming a little bit. But one thing those sensors don't tell you is how and where the car is hitting on the skid plates. So what teams do, and this is purely a visual reference, is they'll spray paint those skid plates front and back in some sort of day-glow orange. That's about the most traditional color that gets used. And you want to be able to give feedback to the race engineer, who will ask, where is it hitting, how is it hitting, helps them to understand, is it left side, right side here? Obviously the cars have a bit of tilt in them, front, back, what portions are getting hit. Well, rather than having to get on your knees, lay on the ground at all times, you do like Ricky does here. Happy birthday, by the way, Rick. It was just his birthday over the weekend. And you use your mirror on the end of a stick to take a look and see. You're strictly looking for where there is wear on those skid plates. So you'll go out with it freshly spray painted, the full skid plate. You'll take a look and see, aha, here's some that's worn off. Well, make life easy for yourself. Don't be getting up and down, wearing out those 60-year-old knees or whatever they are. Use a mirror. Granted, if you're having to check out the skids at the rear of the car, poor Rick here needing to lay down and do that, but nonetheless, bit like your dentist with the little mirror they use on the end of that little instrument to look around your teeth, he'll do the same thing. Might have to lay on the ground to look under the back, since it's kind of distance from him thanks to the side pods, but he'll use that mirror as well to give him just a little bit of a better look of what's happening there. So little implements and tools that crew chiefs use to do their job, bring information back to the race engineers. Some of it's as simple as going to your local auto parts store, and indeed, right here on pit lane at Indy 500, it works to perfection.